Are you confused about the Goldendoodle breed? If so, don't worry, it's not just you. There is a lot to scratch your head about. In today's video, let's explore the many different elements of this beautiful, charming, and frequently less than uniform breed. Hi, I'm Joanna and here is Sophie, and this is my Goldendoodle diary. I make videos about Goldendoodles, also known as Groodles. If you're fascinated by this breed as well, consider subscribing. It makes a big difference. And if you see value in this video, leave us a like. Goldendoodles are extremely popular across the globe right now, but there is a great deal of confusion about this breed. I mean, in Australia, they're generally called Groodles. GR for Golden Retriever, Oodle for Poodle. So even a name for them is hard to pin down. And as you may have already gathered, there are many variables which make Goldendoodles special and unique, even among themselves. Let's first get right down to basics. I adore Goldendoodles. I also acknowledge they're more a mixed breed than a true breed or pure breed in their own right. The definition of a true breed is when both the parents have the same traits for many generations back, and the resulting puppies get the consistent, predictable characteristics of those parents. So as a mixture of two different established breeds, and as the name suggests, Golden for Golden Retriever, Doodle for Poodle are a mixed breed. That's also why with Goldendoodles there is lots more variety in the way they turn out, more than many people may think. I mean, Goldendoodles may look like this, and so on. Yes, those are all Goldendoodles. Goldendoodle coats can vary significantly from dog to dog. They range from densely curly or woolly coats to loose wave or fleece coats, to cute shaggy coats and flat coats, also known as hair coats. What I've just described is the whole spectrum of coats that are most like a poodle to those that are most like a golden retriever. And they have different degrees of shedding too, from barely shedding at all to shedding a great deal. And it's hard to predict which ones are which with precision, because from speaking with owners, I know that some flat-coated Goldendoodles shed very little, and some with curly, fluffy coats, which may look like they're non-shedding, occasionally shed a great deal. Another factor to the Goldendoodle coat is this. There is initially a puppy coat which changes to a small or a larger degree at between 6 months and 12 months to become an adult coat with slightly different qualities. And the other variable is that Goldendoodle coats are not necessarily hypoallergenic. This is a really important point to know for people with strong allergies to dogs. Yes, many Goldendoodles are hypoallergenic. It's just not always the case. If you'd like to know more about this, here's a link to a video I made going into more depth about this topic. Goldendoodles also come in a big range of colours, from white, cream, apricot, red, brown, black, merle, and variations of these with different markings. But as with many things concerning Goldendoodles, even colours can shift over time. Sometimes colours will remain the same from puppyhood to adulthood, but most frequently the coat colour has a tendency to fade over the first year or two. A little bit or a lot. Then there's this. Purebred Golden Retrievers have heavier bodies, and purebred Poodles have a more slender build. A resulting Goldendoodle puppy will not necessarily have a mid-range body frame. Some will have stockier builds, some slight. Then over the top of that comes a fluffy coat to really blur the lines of what the dog's body shape actually is underneath. So overall, you can have a situation where a slender, tall Goldendoodle weighs the same as a shorter but stockier Goldendoodle. This is what makes it hard to gauge a dog's size, and it's probably best to go by height as well as weight to really know, because as I'm about to cover, Goldendoodle sizes also differ. But before I do, let's talk about tails. Golden Retrievers have extended out arc-shaped tails and Poodles have curled up tails. From what I've seen on Goldendoodles, the tails can be one or the other. Goldendoodle sizes can vary enormously, and the reason why is due to the poodle side of the family tree. Purebred poodles come in 3 official sizes: toy, miniature and standard. And among the standard poodles there is an unofficial size called royal poodle or giant poodle, referring to the larger end of the standard poodle size range. I once saw a lady walking a royal poodle down the street and it was as tall as a pony, though very slender. The size range for adults is anything from 9 inches and about 6 pounds in weight for toy poodles to about 24 inches and about 77 pounds in weight for the largest standard poodles. So if you're wondering about the huge range of sizes among Goldendoodles, it's due to the Golden Retrievers being bred with poodles of many different sizes. And where the size boundaries are of micro Goldendoodles, mini Goldendoodles and standard Goldendoodles all depends on who you ask, because even breeders have their own different definitions. I know that by some definitions, Sophie's size, which is 40 pounds and 21 inches high, is classified by some as a mini, by others as a medium, and others as a standard. All I know about Sophie is that she was bred from relatively small standard poodles in her bloodline, so that's how I refer to her, but really it makes no difference to me what her size is called. Then there's what I call fluff and mirrors. That's a term I made up based on the phrase smoke and mirrors regarding Goldendoodles and doodles in general. The very same dogs which have a long full coat look really different to when they are clipped short. I know it on my Sophie. Here's what she looks like beneath all the fluff when her coat was the shortest it's ever been. And here she is with Simon when she has super long hair and looks like a giant. The coat situation not only makes it hard to assess a dog's size, but it makes it hard to gauge what a Goldendoodle's body shape really is. As a breeder once said to me, the way the dog looks depends on what is done with its coat. That is so true. Then there are generations. Cross a purebred Golden Retriever with a Poodle and the first crossing is called an F1 generation Goldendoodle. Cross 2 F1 Goldendoodles together and you get an F2 and so on. Most F3 generation Goldendoodles and onwards are simply called multi-generational, or multi-gen for short. All this is nice and neat, 50% Poodle, 50% Golden Retriever. But then there's another approach to breeding Goldendoodles. Breed an F1 Goldendoodle with a purebred Poodle and it's an F1B, essentially 75% Poodle and 25% Golden Retriever. But dogs that are an F1 Goldendoodle bred with a purebred Golden Retriever are also called Goldendoodles. In this case, they're 25% Poodle and 75% Golden Retriever. Remember that at base, these are 2 different founding breeds swinging genes this way and that, and rarely landing at some designated midway point regarding size, regarding coat, shape and look. No wonder Goldendoodles can look so different to each other. I mean, even that F1B I mentioned, the 75% Poodle, 25% Golden Retriever, you would expect these dogs would be very poodly, especially their coats. And often they are poodly, but the genes of some F1Bs swing strongly to Golden Retriever traits regardless. So there is no absolute guarantee about how they actually turn out. From what I've seen, there is a lot of variation, and that variation can be seen even within a single litter of puppies. These are litter mates. And these are litter mates too. Now there is another tricky variable to mess with your mind. Some Goldendoodles are standard Goldendoodles, meaning that they are bred from standard poodles with Golden Retrievers. There are also mini Goldendoodles, meaning they are bred from miniature poodles with Golden Retrievers. There are also micro mini Goldendoodles, which have toy poodles in their mix with Golden Retrievers. That sounds neat, but what happens when you have a multi-generational Goldendoodle bred from a combination of standard Goldendoodles and mini Goldendoodles. That was a rhetorical question, by the way, because it's too confusing to know whether you'd call that dog a standard Goldendoodle or a mini Goldendoodle. And seeing as it's a sizing issue, it's also hard to predict the size of such a puppy, because will it take after one of the parents, or after a little grandfather, or after a large standard size grandmother? And don't expect consistency in size even within one litter. Take a look at these two Goldendoodle puppies, which are litter mates. Not only does one look more like a golden retriever and the other a poodle, there is a very clear size difference between them two. To further add to the confusion, breeders have their own ideas about the types of Goldendoodle dogs they steer towards breeding. Some go for the heavier bodies, some go for lighter bodied dogs, some aim for curly coats, others for wavy coats. And some, and I might add highly respectable breeders, actually include bloodlines from breeds that are other than Golden Retrievers and Poodles to bring in a specific trait. I know a breeder who very occasionally includes Cavalier King Charles Spaniels and curly-coated retrievers in the breeding program to bring out what they find to be desirable attributes, such as a round snout, a semi-curly coat, and a higher consistency in the look of the resulting pups, all the while keeping the vision and the name of Goldendoodles. I'll also add that those who breed the gorgeous merle-coloured Goldendoodles must also have included a third breed into the breeding program, most likely an Australian Shepherd, because purebred poodles don't come in merle colours and neither do Golden Retrievers. But it's okay because they are still essentially Goldendoodles. But now you can see how the development of different ideas about what the breed should be takes this breeder in one direction and another breeder in that direction. Actually, it's their prerogative. Let's not forget that it's the way that all recognised dog breeds have been developed by selective cultivation for a couple of hundred years. So perhaps it's time to look at Goldendoodles in a whole new way. One way of looking at this breed is that it's a breed in progress which has not yet attained stability. Or perhaps we should start looking at a breed like Goldendoodles in a different way and recognise all the different variations and a small amount of potluck as to how they'll turn out. To paraphrase Forrest Gump, with a bit of variation, Goldendoodles are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So let's celebrate the many different looks, colours, sizes, coat types and so on, each unique, each life-changing for their owners, and each sweet. Now, if you'd like to see how fun and goofy most Goldendoodles are, take a look at my video about the 3 Goldendoodle quirks. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up, and bye for now.